Yo, guys, welcome to the Blue Podcast. This is the Gradient Show with me, Mackers, Ben, and Tom. Today, we'll be discussing the brand new Doctor Strange trailer. Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness trailer. But first, how you boys doing?
Good, thanks.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Good. Before we get into everything, though, we are an ambassador for a new app called LinkMe. It's an app that makes juggling social media accounts easier than ever. Make sure to download the app with an account with our link down below to help us out, really. But firstly, what a trailer. Bloody hell. Talk about putting a punch of packing a lot into a trailer. There's a lot in there, which obviously we'll be going down and digesting. Should we watch it, boys?
Go on then.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's have a little watch. All right.
Turn up volume.
Turn up the volume. All right.
Oh, you won't be.
Wait, is that a different Doctor Strange?
I don't know. There was some different clips in the TV spot, wasn't there?
Yeah, there were, weren't there?
It was like Defender Strange in there or something like so.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, the guy with the
definitely
streak in his hair.
Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, by the sounds of it, there could be almost like anywhere between 5 and 10 Doctor Stranges appearing in this film.
Yeah.
So,
There's going to be a lot of different ones. I'm very much looking forward to seeing lots of different ones.
Marvel Studios. How do we? I don't know.
Go on.
I was saying like we can't hear anything, so I don't. Is that?
You can't hear anything.
No.
Oh dear. Hang on a second. I'll stop the sharing. We'll just do it without sound for now. Also,
fortunately, I've already seen it, so yeah.
Yeah, we've all seen it before recently. But is that the Darkhold? Just a little question. Is that the Darkhold?
Ooh, that's a good one. Potentially. I mean, we see later on in the trailer when he almost looks to be consumed by the Darkhold, potentially forming into the villain Nightmare. I mean, who knows? It's just that's what it looks like. Could be a little foreshadowing at the start of the trailer as well when he mentions that, and the Nightmare just begins. Obviously, in the comics, Nightmare's. Yeah, in the comics, obviously, Nightmare's kind of Doctor Strange's biggest villain. Something that.
Yeah.
Well, here's just a theory from me. Could be throughout the beginning of the film, they're dealing with the consequences of reality breaking, that sort of thing. Maybe Wanda's an antagonist. Get to the end of the film, they all band together to fight this much bigger threat, Nightmare. I think that would be a good.
I saw that some people were theorizing that obviously Wanda's going to be the villain at the start, but then the Illuminati later on.
Oh, wait, we haven't got to that bit yet, Ben, in the trailer.
No,
we have not met the Illuminati yet, Ben.
Yeah,
but yeah, they're saying they might be the main antagonist.
Sam Raimi as well. What a choice for the director.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't know this, but before the Spider-Man films, he was a horror director.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
I'd say he is a horror director, primarily.
Yeah, no, he is like that. That's what he did before the original Spider-Man trilogy. So this is perfect for him.
Yeah.
All right. Does this remind you of when Doctor Strange Supreme breaks the fixed point in top, the fixed point or whatever it's called?
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolute moment, yeah. Where does this not look a bit like when the reality starts to melt?
You mean in What If, right?
In What If, yeah.
Episode of. Yeah. It looks like exactly like it. I mean, I think I've seen a side-by-side comparison, and it's just reality sort of fading away. And obviously, it was in the What If series, it was almost inky, wasn't it? But
Yeah,
now, I mean, you're seeing this, and it's almost just crumbling away, isn't it?
yeah. Also, I've just noticed this. Doctor Strange's cloak didn't used to have a blue patch on it, did it?
Not before, no, not that I'm
No.
aware of. Although
So
I don't think
this
that's
could be a different Doctor Strange.
Nah.
potentially. Yeah, I mean, they've only really
Any Doctor
been
Strange could be
majorly
anyone.
promoted. Yeah, they've only really majorly promoted like Defender Strange and Strange Supreme, or well, they're calling him Sinister Strange at the moment. But I think everyone's hoping he's going to be Strange Supreme, and
I don't
at the
think he will
moment
be
that
Strange
doesn't look
Supreme,
like
not
either
gonna
of them. So.
Yeah, I don't think Strange Supreme is the same as Sinister Supreme. They just look a bit different, bit too different. I don't know.
Yeah.
Could be that one's animated, the other one's live action, maybe.
Yeah, I know, but like their clothes are different. Do you know what I mean? Like Strange Supreme wasn't too like he still had color to
Fair
it,
enough. Fair enough.
a lot more color, and like obviously had the pointy cloak and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
moving on.
That's America Chavez, there, isn't it?
There in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
that's not Doctor Strange marrying her, is it? I don't think.
No.
Christine, no, it's not.
No.
You gotta have some emotion.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. Oh.
It's a Minotaur. It's a Minotaur. Wait, who are they?
It is. Yeah.
It is a Minotaur anyway.
This summer. Does May count as summer? There'll be a lot of that in the film, though.
Huh?
There'll be a lot of that. You know, like you were saying, is that like the sort of when he broke the fixed point in the other one, like there'll be a lot of like that sort of warped environment stuff going on. So it could quite easily just be like some like weird thing going on. Like might not necessarily.
Yeah, it could be there's a theory that I want to talk about, which we'll come into, which is about to kind of come into it now. Obviously, ooh, those are Ultron drones, aren't they?
Yeah,
Definitely.
Oh, I've got so many theories about those.
Go on, give us some.
Right now, okay. Oh, we're not going to wait for. Okay, all right.
Okay,
So,
give us one. Give us.
Here's
a taste.
the big theory.
Okay.
You want to wait?
Give us one theory. Don't
Okay,
do all
okay.
of them.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Okay, no, okay. One theory. Okay, Tom Cruise as Superior Iron Man. There's a taster. I'll develop it later on.
Oh, because it looks like in the comics when he's got the silver suit.
yeah.
Can't make him out, bro. You can't make him out. Oh. We all know who that is, right?
Yeah, Patrick Stewart. What a geezer.
It's Patrick Stewart. That's class. It's Charles Xavier.
Yeah, there's stuff like this. There'll be loads of stuff like that.
Yeah, mate. The visuals are going to be mad in this. See, it's not.
But he's not got a cloak on him at that time, so he might.
We'll get up a picture of Strange Supreme later.
Oh no! Obviously,
I'd like to think it's Strange Supreme.
Yeah, it would be very cool if it is.
Pointy cloak could be somewhere else, you know.
Oh, now who's this?
Isn't one of them supposed to be?
My video's not caught up, is it? Is it the shiny one?
Yeah.
Is that Monica Rambeau?
Okay, here we go.
Who is that? This looks like they've got like stones on their hands. We'll get back to it. Let's try and finish off this trailer. Who's that, Tom?
I think he's frozen.
He's frozen. Oh no. Shigamorath, I think. Is that Shigamorath? Right.
If I hadn't already said in advance, my Wi-Fi is absolutely terrible, as you're probably noticing at the moment. Yeah. I've been lagging along this entire time.
But yeah, do you think this is Shigamorath or a different creature?
I think I'm at the right point. Is you 1 minute 42, the octopus?
Yeah.
I think it's Gargantos. I think that's how you say it. Who's one of the classic Namor villains from the comics?
Yeah.
I don't think it's the same one from What If.
Yeah, true. Also, all those people in the bus are now dead. Just saying.
Nah, they'll run off. They'll run off. It's fine.
No, yeah, this is Disney. There'll be nobody on that bus.
No. It's abandoned.
Yeah, like in Eternals when she turns the whole bus into petals and there's just one bus driver on it in a busy street in London.
Oh yeah.
That's definitely
that was fortunate to say the least.
Yeah, imagine being like at the top of the back of the bus as it flips over and petals and you just fucking smack the deck. That'd be bad.
She's evil.
Who's that? That's not. She looks a bit evil, is what I'm saying.
Just another variant. Wow.
Oh, bro, that looks sick.
Mm.
All right. Well, that was good. So, it's a good trailer. It's a crazy trailer. I'll start off with simple stuff, obviously, to get the ball flowing. What's your favorite bit or scene or person that appeared in the trailer that's exciting you most for obviously the movie when it comes out? We'll start with Tom. Could have been a bad idea to start with Tom because he's Wi-Fi shit. Ben, do you want to start?
Yeah.
I might restart my stream share. I'll do that. I'll quickly refresh. Hopefully, it's
all right. What you most
part? I never really have favorite part. You know, when someone says, "What's your favorite part of that film or that episode?" I'm like, it was a good episode. Like, you know, it's a good film. I mean, the moment that sort of stands out is obviously.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Fantastic. Apologies. Sorry, Ben. Continue.
No. Yeah, I mean, probably the standout moment is probably Patrick Stewart. Just because obviously that's like sort of the semi-introduction of like obviously the X-Men and stuff like that. Like obviously, you know, it shows that they are, whether it's in that form or another, like they are planning on introducing them as, you know. So yeah, maybe that. But obviously, there's loads of other like little Easter egg things and stuff like that that are pretty cool.
I've seen something where one of the Illuminati is Reed Richards.
Yeah, I think that one, because there was a few photos going around, and I think there was that one that was like making out the four.
Yeah.
And I think that probably is true, but I don't know whether it's John Krasinski or like the old actor who used to play him.
Yes.
But like then obviously there's like there was another photo. Are we moving on to like the poster photo, or can we?
We'll save that for a little bit. Stick
I think I've seen a couple of different photos for that, and I think it might be photoshopped. It might, because I've seen a couple of different photos for that. So
it's a bit of a stretch, obviously, but it's possible. I thought it looked a bit like Black Panther when I first saw but obviously we don't know who that is. It could be a Killmonger Black Panther. That would be pretty cool. But I mean, yeah, it's a bit of a guess, really, isn't it? Tom, what was your favourite bit of the trailer?
My thoughts from the trailer, is that? Yeah.
Favourite bit.
Okay. Favorite bit. Honestly, I mean, at first watch, it's got to be Professor X, Patrick Stewart, right? I mean, that's kind of like the big shock moment for the trailer, considering, well, amongst all the other big shock moments, that's probably the one that stands out because there was sort of no indication really that he was ever going to be in it before they dropped the trailer. I mean, there was rumors of the Illuminati. I mean, from the first trailer, we knew we were getting America Chavez. Obviously, she's in the Young Avengers, stuff like that. Completely ties into the whole multiverse thing. So I think she's kind of a perfect character to have in there. But yeah, Professor X, and especially it being Patrick Stewart as well. I mean, I think they've killed him off twice now in the. Killing him off twice and he's still here. So it's kind of crazy. But again, I think he'll be an alternate version.
Yes.
What we'll find most throughout this film is that it'll be alternate versions of everybody. It won't just be the original character that we're used to. I mean, even Mordo. I don't even know if that'll be the Mordo from the first film, because I think I saw somewhere they were selling Mordo toys. You know, the Disney, they want to get the merch out early, and his name was Master Mordo rather than Baron Mordo, who's the villain from the Doctor Strange comics. So potentially he could be like a more peaceful version of Mordo that sits on the Illuminati, and that's how he plays into the film.
Yeah, because it does look like Mordo is part of the Illuminati, doesn't it? So that could be very interesting. Obviously, it looks like it's going to be a multiversal Illuminati, not just a regular comic book 616 Illuminati. Obviously, Doctor Strange in the 616 comics is part of the Illuminati. Obviously, Namor. So the roster is Namor, Doctor Strange, Iron Man.
It's like was it Billy Super Bowl or something again? The
Iron Man. I was watching it last night, mate.
Yeah, I stayed up for it actually.
Sorry, yeah, I've lost my train of thought now, Ben. Namor, Doctor Strange, Iron Man, Xavier, and Beast, isn't it? It's one person from each of the groups, really, isn't it?
I see.
And Black Panther. So, which of them do you think will actually be in it? Obviously, we know Xavier. Oh, I'm Reed Richards. I didn't say Reed Richards. I'm forgetting everyone. Who do you think will be in it? In that roster, in that group?
It'll be the more like it'll be the ones that have been. I mean, they've been rumored, haven't they? So it'd be like you say, Reed Richards.
So you do think Reed Richards will be?
Oh yeah. There's too many. There's too much stuff out there saying about like that sort of stuff being in it. So like either it being John Krasinski or the actor who used to play him or someone like that. Like there's too much stuff about that.
Do you know what, Ben? I would absolutely hate to see Miles Teller turn up as Reed Richards, if anything. I mean, that was just one of the worst films I've ever seen. John Krasinski would be the obvious choice, I think. Obviously, Emily Blunt as Invisible Girl would just be great as well. Invisible Woman, rather. And I think that would be the best route to go. It's pure like fan service at that point. Like everybody wants John Krasinski to play. Mr. Fantastic. So.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. Because, I mean, they've obviously already gone down the route of bringing actors back. So it'd be interesting if they're like...
not anybody from that film. Like that would be the worst thing they could do.
It's a trash film, but like maybe they might have. The first option was John Krasinski, and he was like, "I'm all right, thanks." So they were like, "Right."
Well, because Emily Blunt had a bit of a history fit in an interview, didn't she? When she was asked about it.
Yeah, she's not. She likes to do the more character-driven stuff, doesn't she? So
yeah, because it should also only be a cameo as well. But But also, I've thought about this, right? How expensive do you think this movie is going to actually be, right? Because you've got the visual effects, and then you're going to have all of these high-end like bringing back Charles Xavier is going to cost. He's not cheap, obviously. Like there's all these famous people in this. It's going to be an expensive movie.
Oh yeah, no, all Marvel films are like 150 to 200 million
Yeah.
anyway. So it'd be
But I'm saying like it's not even like an event. Like I understand like with Avengers, they're pretty expensive films because there's so many people in it.
Yeah.
Nowadays, though, ever since like Endgame, they've had to start packing in other
they've had
into.
this. Yeah.
Otherwise, it just wouldn't be the same, would it? And like there was always that thing back when they first started, when like you had the first Iron Man, the first Thor, etc.
Yeah.
And it was always, well, why you could have brought in Thor for like 10 minutes, you just sort it out in about 5 seconds and move on.
Yeah. No, they've had to up it, haven't they, in terms of the like the ante and stuff like that. But I do think they're doing that for a little bit, but then they'll reel it back in, and it'll be more focused on the sole character again. It'll go through waves because people will get fed up of these films soon, and then they'll be like, can we just have like a proper character-driven story, like the Batman or the Joker or something like that? Like they get fed up of it, and then people are like, wow, we want this spectacle again, and they'll start doing that again, So one of them ones, sort of they're in at the moment, but yeah.
All right, Tom, I know you've got a few theories for this trailer that I'm sure you're chomping at the bit to say. So do you want to start chucking them out so I can have a little chat about them?
Let me just monologue and just spew nerd all over this first episode. All right, okay, let's do this because I've been talking about this all day to anybody that will listen, pretty much. But I mean, the most popular fan theory that's been floating around for a while is definitely Tom Cruise coming in as a multiversal version of Iron Man. At first, like when you first hear it, you think to yourself, "This is not happening." Like, come on, how ridiculous is this? We just had Iron Man killed off, and all of a sudden Tom Cruise is going to come in for a quick cameo and like play him and retcon pretty much everything else. But it would be very cool to see. And especially because in the comics, he's like a superior Iron Man, just from one like short comic run. And in that comic run, he has 3 Infinity Stones, has Thanos' head in a jar. He's like literally the ultimate version that you can possibly get with Iron Man. And obviously it's just a rumor, everything like that. But then this trailer drops and you start to see little maybe breadcrumbs of what could potentially be him. I mean, at first you see the Ultron drones and the Ultron drones that sort of keep him Doctor Strange prisoner, which to taking him to what you assume to be the Illuminati. There's 5 seats at that Illuminati table. Obviously, Professor X is one. I assume that Mordo is one of them. I'm hoping that Reed Richards is another one. I think if you there's a few 4K resolved like screenshots on Twitter that show potentially the outline of a number 4 on Mike Richards. I'm guessing one of the others is going to be Captain Carter, because if you look in the poster on one of the broken shards of mirror, there's a Captain Carter shield from What If. Yeah. I think we already know we're going to have a lot of crossover from What If, so I think Captain Carter will be in there. And then that 5th one, Iron Man, maybe. I mean, we've got the Ultron drones. And then further on in the trailer, you've got the scene where there's a glowy figure fighting Wanda. Yeah. And obviously at the first glimpse, you're like, oh, could it be Captain Marvel? And then you're thinking to yourself, Human Torch, maybe. But then if you actually pause it and have a look, it looks like it could potentially be Iron Man, like a different version of Iron Man with a more sleek suit, more high tech, that sort of thing. I think that would be fantastic. Imagine you just see Tom Cruise there with the classic RDJ goatee, and he's Iron Man. Like, how cool would that be? I mean, that would be fan service. It's absolutely finest, I think, and that's something I'd definitely love to see. Besides that, I mean, what can you say? You could talk about this trailer for hours and hours, and obviously I don't want to bore either of you that much.
No,
But
wait.
I think
This is the new comic book movie. I was calling it that show on the channel, which is where we can just spew, as you said, nerd, and it doesn't matter. So it's class.
it's a good
No,
platform
that's
because anybody watching this actually wants to hear it. They don't want not I'll head downstairs and just bore my housemates to death with all of this. But yeah, I think besides that, even the fact say this was a trailer just on its own and we had two different versions of Doctor Strange accompanying the normal one in Defender Strange and Sinister or Supreme Strange, I think that would be enough to blow minds. You add Professor X to the mix and minds blown further. America Chavez, okay, not many people maybe know who that is, but when you learn about her powers and what potentially that could mean, I mean, she literally punches holes through universes. It's essentially what Ultron was doing in What If, but with the Watcher. And it's
I think
like this character that could become part of the young eventually. Kesha, anybody like that. Sorry, did I cut out again?
No, you're good.
You're good, yeah.
No, good, fantastic. As I say, the Wi-Fi is ropey. I figure I'll monologue my way through any glitches in Wi-Fi breakdown, just so I can get all my info out. But no, I think the trailer is great, and obviously it's like mind blowing the amount of stuff they've thrown in. It's almost like they're trying to outdo Spider-Man: No Way Home, which you'd have thought was impossible after watching that film.
Well, these movies, right, when they're bringing in old actors or creating new versions of characters and stuff like that, in my opinion, is definitely building up for Secret Wars, because obviously that's a multiversal-ish event where obviously there's that big there's the is it Warworld? No, that's DC. Or is it Warworld? No, that's definitely DC. Sorry, I'm getting my comic book.
Being a World War Hulk or
no, I'm thinking Warworld in DC. Yeah, I'm thinking DC. It's so much to look forward to, which I'm going to get onto as well. I'm going to ask you guys, what does this mean for the future of the future of the MCU? I know it's fan. I've seen a few people. I'm not one of these people. I absolutely love it, but there's a few people who think that Marvel are just being cheap, knowing that obviously bringing back actors and old roles will just bring in the money and everyone will love it. I completely disagree with these people. Bringing back all of these characters is class. But what they've got to be careful of, I think, which they did fine in the last Spider-Man, is it's got to still be a good story without the fan service, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like the Spider-Man was still like, even if you didn't watch the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans or the Andrew got like the Amazing Spider-Mans and stuff, you could still appreciate the movie. But
no, I think
yeah, I completely agree. They've got these cameos and go on, Ben.
Cool. No, I think I agree with you that I wouldn't necessarily say it's cheap, but I think it's good to have an awareness of it that it is plain fan service. But the thing that I would say that it makes it not cheap is they're doing it in a clever way. But what I would say is that it is an easy thing to do. So like, if something happens in a film and they can't explain it, multiverse. You know, it's just an easy cop out. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but that is, you know, it's what happened in the comics because they had so many different things. They're just like, oh, well, how do we explain it? Multiverse done. Like, you know, so it's an easy thing. But like you say, I do. It's obviously it is like. I like it, like obviously because it is fan service, but it's I think it's just good to have an awareness of it because it's like yeah.
The that reminded me of a theory that I've seen as well. Is this is all building up towards a multiverse implode almost? Oh, Thompson, that's fine. Do you know what I mean? Like it's almost building up towards. Have you heard of what's it called? When all the multiverses were colliding, basically, and in the end, only one was allowed to survive.
Right. Okay.
So like bits of different multiverses were merged into one, basically.
Right. Okay.
And I don't know if they're doing that because obviously
It would restrict them if they did.
Well, I don't know if it would just. It would,
Narrative-
yeah, it would restrict them. Yeah, narratively,
Yeah.
yeah, it would restrict them because
Yeah.
obviously you can do so much with the multiverse, but
Yeah.
it would be a crazy event. Obviously, imagine like a world, like a universe, it's all one universe where you've got Patrick Stewart, you've got just like all the previous people, just all in one universe. It's what happened with Miles Morales because he was in the Ultimate Marvel comics, and then something happened, and then he moved over to the 616 comics.
Right.
I doubt they'll do it, but it's a fun theory.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, like we were saying, like in everything they're doing, like we're saying, it's good to have an awareness that it is just plain fan service, but they're doing it in a clever way. So if it would be a clever way to do it, if that is the goal, which I'm not sure if it is or not, like you say, but it's still a clever way.
It's a way of getting all of these characters who weren't previously in the universe in the same universe by just going boom. And also with that comic book run, which would be very cool, is Doctor Doom becomes basically a god, and you see him rip Thanos' spine out from his back, from his body, which would be, I think, a very cool scene, but not very Marvel-esque.
No,
MCU.
I don't think that's happening. No, that's definitely not happening.
It would be such a cool shot though, because he just grows in, just grabs like his whole skeletal system, and pulls it out.
Maybe on Disney Plus, maybe on Disney Plus. But not in the theaters. That's not happening.
Well, yeah, I mean Disney Plus got pretty dark in Falcon and Winter Soldier when he just slams his shield into the guy's head multiple times and gets covered in blood. That was
pretty disturbing image that left.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, that wasn't great. I'm not gonna lie.
Apparently, they sort of making it about a darker tone with Moon Knight as well, aren't they? So.
I hope so. I tell you what.
Have we got time to talk about that, Tom?
I think we can venture into the areas of Moon Knight, especially considering it's the next one up, isn't it? Yeah. I mean that looks fantastic. I'm really excited for that personally. I think the fact that Oscar Isaac agreed to do it speaks volumes about the quality of the story that they're going to deliver. I think he's one of the actors at the moment. He's in Star Wars. He's done a ton of other things. He can basically do it. He's in Dune. I mean, he's got one of the figurehead roles in Dune, leading the start of the film. And I think him choosing to do a television series about an obscure Marvel Cinematic Universe character is just. It says a lot about how good this film's going to be, and it's probably going to be a very character-driven film as well, based upon the three personalities that his character will have. And I'm hoping they don't pull any punches in terms of almost you want to say the violence in the film, because Moon Knight is a very violent character. It's very what the Netflix shows did well with Daredevil and Punisher is they didn't pull any punches, and I hope that Moon Knight tries to sort of emulate that sort of gore, essentially.
Yes,
it's a very difficult line that they've got with that as well, because with it being on Disney Plus, just the very fact that it's on Disney Plus makes it more difficult. I know that obviously they said we've got Disney Plus and this is where we can do it, but I've watched. Have you seen? I've watched a few episodes of Pam and Tommy. Have you watched that?
I haven't watched that yet. No.
You've not watched that?
No.
But at the start of that, there's a massive disclaimer saying this is like overage. This is not for young viewership, because on Disney you're like, well, everything's nice on Disney, So it's a difficult one for them.
I think they have to, don't they? I mean, how do you go from 2 minutes ago you can be watching Phineas and Ferb, and all of a sudden a couple scrolls down and you can be watching some guy get pummeled to nothing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
they've kind of got to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, on that, on the Moon Knight as well, I think visually looks very good already. Like the horror tones of it looks fantastic, and what's the moon god called again? Oh, so bad with names. If you'd ask me, what people don't
I
know,
can't remember.
well, probably do know, is obviously we've done comic book stuff. I'm the DC guy. I still love Marvel MCU stuff, but I'm the DC guy. So if you'd ask me like a DC question, I'd know it, but Marvel, I'm struggling with the names. I'd just say, but the owl skeleton head looks class. What is he punching at the end, though? That's the question. Is it a jackal? What is he punching at the end of the trailer?
Some sort of mythical creature. It's definitely not a human. I think we can confirm that.
No.
I don't know. My main hopes for this Moon Knight series is that it will branch into like the mythical and the vampires and stuff like that. Because I'd love to see. We got Mahershala Ali as Blade voicing at the end of Eternals with Dane Whitman, who's hopefully going to become the Black Knight. And I think a trio of those three maybe doing a future MCU film that takes a really dark turn, and it's like a 15 or an 18 or something like that, where it's the three of those together. I think that would be such a cool concept, and it would really be a good film.
Well,
so
in the comics, they're part of a group
of
as well, aren't
direction
they?
for them to
I can't remember what it's called, but in the comics, they're all part of the same group. I can't remember what the name of it is off the top of my head, but yeah, no, that would be very, very cool.
The thing that I always like, it always reminds me whenever I see something about Moon Knight is that it's the comment where the random bullshit go means like that's Moon Knight, isn't it? And always reminds me of it. And like, I hope. I mean, I know the tone's supposed to be dark, but like, I hope they do like put a little Easter egg of that in there or something because they did. They did
it in Spider-Man, did they?
Yeah, exactly. So like, I kind of hope they do.
Yeah, apparently, wasn't it that Tom Holland suggested doing the pointing beam in it?
I think
which was good.
Yeah.
Also, I saw
as well.
That reminds me as well. Was this is not very related to anything we've just been talking about? Still Marvel though. There's there was a young kid who went on the set of Thor Ragnarok.
Oh yeah,
and he said to Chris Hemsworth to say he's a friend from work, and that's literally now become possibly one of the most iconic scenes from that movie. Is just him saying that, which is good. But don't know why I said that. I just thought of it. I saw it recently. But there's something that I'm going to use in the clickbait title. Deadpool. Is he going to be in the multiverse of madness?
I think that's the one that's photoshopped. To be fair, I've seen different photos.
It would be very cool.
It'd be cool. It would be very cool. But like I've seen one where it's like you can clearly see it's him, and then there's one that's like I've zoomed in and this is what I see, and it's clearly not him. Like it's just it's like. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, maybe it's the other way around, but it'd be really cool, but I'm skeptical.
Yeah, I'm scared. Yeah, the thing is, though, it's the best way for him to get involved.
He'll be in something like that at some point, whether it's this movie or not. I don't know, but
yeah, I will. Just so everyone knows, I'll 100% have clickbaited you saying that Deadpool's in the movie, so you watch this. But what do you think, Tom? Do you think it's real? Do you think it's fake?
Say again, sorry. Is this about Deadpool?
Yes. Do you think it's real or fake?
Yes. Oh, well, I think the little close-up of the shard of glass. I'd like for it to be real. I hope it's real. I think it'd be very cool to have. Well, obviously, it'd be cool to have Deadpool in the MCU quite this early. I don't know how they'd fit him in, to be honest. Whether it was just like a Tom Hardy Venom style cameo at the end of No Way Home, whether if it was that sort of thing. I think I can't remember where I've seen it before, but it was like a cool concept of how Deadpool would sort of integrate himself into the MCU, and it'd almost be like the Stan Lee role, where he'd just show up randomly in like everything. And he'd just leave like funny quips, that sort of thing. And then he'd appear in his own project in a couple of years or something like that. But I think that would be the best way to utilize him. Because if you're going to do a Deadpool film, you've got to have it as an 18. Like he has to, you have to let them do what they need to do, which is why Deadpool's been so successful so far, because they don't, as I was saying earlier, pull any punches with the violence and the humor and that sort of thing. It's not very Disney. So I think the only way you'd manage to get him into some of these like classic toned down Disney films is to have him just have like one-liners that can obviously adult humor, that sort of thing, but aren't like in your face. Okay, I shouldn't have taken my kid to this film. I think that's the only way they fit him in.
They're not provocative anyway.
Well, they could also have fun with it as well, because like he could be annoyed that they're like, obviously the writers are making him PG for a little bit, and he could be like having a fourth wall break go at the writers for making him PG currently and stuff like that. Like they could have a lot of fun with it. They could have a lot of fun with it. And yeah, it's very early to bring him in. Obviously, there is Deadpool 3 in the works. Obviously, that's still happening, and they're going to keep it rated 15 and all that, which would be good. Don't know when it's coming out, but it's happening. But also, I should have done this at the start, just so everyone knows what this is. This is a new show, obviously, clearly, on the channel. We're going to be talking comic book movies, TV shows, doing the trailers if it's a big one. Like, obviously, I didn't think quite actually how big the Doctor Strange trailer was, and we literally spoke this morning and said we're starting it now. We were going to wait for Moon Knight or like the end of what's the John Cena TV show? Peacemaker. Sorry, my head is. Yeah, my
You're
head
losing
is
it today,
round,
aren't you,
really.
Tom?
Yeah, I really am. It was a very late one. I was up till like gone 5 o'clock yesterday. Well, this morning technically. So
that's my final year university student.
Yeah, got my grades this morning as well. Brilliant. But they were bad. They were bad. What was I saying? Oh my god.
Saying it was a comic book show.
Yes,
this is the start of the channel.
TV show. Yes, this is the start of the show. Obviously, we'll be doing it. We're going to try do it weekly for the move. Like if there's like a weekly Disney Plus show, we'll try and do it weekly. Obviously, the instant it comes out.
You're not wanting to talk about the DC stuff, are you?
And when the Batman comes out, and when Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness comes out, obviously we'll watch it and stuff.
It's not it's not comic book related, but I saw another trailer. The Lord of the Rings show. It's not comic book related, but that looks pretty cool.
Wow, yeah.
I haven't actually seen that one.
I can't wait for that.
I've been a bit sleepy today. Yeah. I've already been able to bring myself to watch the Doctor Strange trailer.
Yeah. No, give it a watch. Give it a watch. You might like it.
Yeah, I'll give it a little watch. But yeah, so that's what you guys have got to look forward to. Obviously, there'll still be the Blue Podcast, the Purple Show, maybe a Red, White, and Blue show. Maybe, if we're lucky, if they sort themselves out, it could happen, but no promises. Obviously, Super Bowl was yesterday. I think a few of them are a little bit hungover today, so they're not they're not ready for it, I've heard. But yeah, got lots of stuff to look forward to with the channel, and obviously this show. It'll be the three of us every time. Maybe if there's someone who wants to come on as a guest, we could bring them on. Maybe if they're like another YouTuber or something. If they're comic book related YouTubers like we've had in the past, like Comic Book Club and Comics by Perch, which are obviously some of our biggest videos actually, which is nice. But yeah, is there anything else we've not covered? Anything else we've not covered?
Yeah,
I don't think so. I think we've analysed it quite well, to be fair, for three non-specialist but just generally love a good comic book nerds. I think we've done a good job.
Unless you want to talk about that DC trailer with all the films together, but
we could save that for another time.
Okay.
I mean, it looks class. Black Adam looks like it's going to be so. Actually, no, yeah, we're going to talk about it now. Black Adam, Doctor Fate, Hawkman, all look visually so good. The only quip I have with Dr. Fate is wears the eye holes in the helmet, but you know, it is what it is. Otherwise, it looks great. It's because it's The Rock. Black Adam's going to obviously be a villain at first, and then become like an anti-villain by the end of it, anti-hero by the end of it, isn't he? So we all know that's going to happen. The fact that they've introduced these characters, I wasn't quite expecting, and it looks like they're going to have quite big parts as well, which is very cool. I'd love to see him fight Henry Cavill Superman one day.
No.
But that's not going to happen, is it?
There's wholesale changes going on, isn't there? So,
mate, I think personally Henry Cavill's a class.
oh
choice
yeah,
for Superman. I don't really know anyone else who'd be better personally.
Yeah,
but
they're making wholesale changes, aren't they? Like anything to do with the Snyderverse stuff, it's gone. Like,
I'm looking forward to Robin Bat. I've heard him be called on the internet, which is an interesting name. But, the Bat. Yeah, Robin Bat. I am looking forward to
because that's separate, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's separate. Well,
I think
separate?
They're doing their own multiverse, so that's how they're explaining it. So
yeah, like the issue with DC, right? Like comic book wise, leagues and leagues ahead of Marvel. Don't hate me for it, in my opinion. Characters as well, much prefer. But when it comes to movies, they are just the MCU movies are literally in another universe better in terms of like planning and execution. The Flash movie looks like it's going to be good as well. I like Ezra Miller's new suit. It is miles better than the last one. Miles better than the last one. Possibly the best Flash suit I've seen on screen, I think. Excluding, obviously, animated, because it's easy to make it look good there. But that looks good. Obviously, there's going to be 2 Ezra Millers in it, because there's going to be 2 different Flashes. Supergirl, Batgirl, and we all know who's returning. Do you guys know who's returning for it? A bit of a
Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
That's going to be good. That's going to be good. But this one,
apparently, going forward, he's going to be the Batman for the DCEU, isn't he?
Yeah, I think. Well, it'd be interesting to see what they do, because will he be an older version of
I think so.
Robert Pattinson's version, maybe?
Nah.
Or I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I
know. There's Ben Affleck's doing his last performance as Batman in that movie as well, isn't he? So.
Oh, is he in it? I
think so. I think he's doing like a last little bit for it. I think that's what I've seen. It might just be completely false, but that was like the. I don't know if it was a rumor, but that's what I saw anyway. Probably was a rumor, but
fair enough. Well, yes. So as we've just said, there's so much to look forward to, and obviously we've got this new show for all the exciting stuff to come. Yeah, pretty much. I'm very happy with that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like the video if you did, and obviously if it gets more likes, we'll know that you guys want to see more of this. Do leave us a comment down below for what you thought of the trailer, any theories that we haven't mentioned as well. We want to hear from you guys. It's always nice to hear from you guys watching. Check us out on Twitter at The Blue Podcast 1 and Instagram at The Blue Podcast 1, TikTok at The Blue Podcast. Check out our new channel, The Blue Podcast Extra. All those clips are coming from yours, Tom. Tom's doing the clips for us, which is very nice of him. But yeah, see you guys on Friday. Well, me and Ben will see you guys on Friday for another Blue Podcast.